now we're applying surplus for a survey that we could be utilizing, we already budgeted for, 7,500.
Not now, not this side.
Whatever the next survey is, I'm just saying if you.
Or whatever the board's will for a special communications
Yeah, let's leave
project.
it that way. Let's not get too
Yeah, it's
specific.
just an example.
It'll be there, and it'll be in the fund balance. You'll see it in your capper every year. And when you have a special project or one-time expenditure, you can pull money from that to do.
Understood, yeah.
And then when the proposal comes forward, you know, and the staff memo is, well, what's the funding source? Well, that would be the assigned money, you know. I mean, that's certainly an alternative as well, you know.
And we still have to appropriate it, but we appropriate it in a budget to where it ties out to this special one-time project.
So
is the possible recommendation in what we want to do here is to accept alternative one, accept alternative two, and keep the $12,000 surplus applied as is?
That's possible.
I'm just asking the question.
Sure.
I'm not following.
Okay.
I thought
That's a third
one was
option.
No, you go ahead.
No, I thought not, 2 is to remove the whole 52,000, the 9 is a component of the 52. So.
Yeah,
you do
for the
2,
funds, you would just say
they're added.
alternative, just say
two.
alternative two.
Alternative two.
Right.
Do alternative to reduce the levy to 20,000 from the village and reduce the contributions to 0 from the partners. And
I guess when I asked if it was
And assign
mutually
the fund
exclusive.
balance for.
Right, that's what, I know
Should
that
be
you're
no.
going. Yeah,
It's not mutually exclusive.
that's correct.
Okay.
and assign the fund balance.
In the general fund for
And are we
future
gonna,
one
and
time.
in the 2018 budget, are we gonna move the remaining, the 20,000 and the remaining 20,000 costs to?
I would reorganize that as described, and then I will assign every dollar that's at year-end close in the general fund for marketing would be my preference. And then as you see fit to spend that, the staff letters or the budget would reflect that. We come from assigned fund balance.
There'll be a budget note explaining to the board that it's a one-time item and that's where the money's coming.
And it's for marketing, so again, you know, it's not lost on me that that's how the funds work.
I'm not following. Where's the 4th of July going? Is it-
Village manager's budget.
And
Or
all
not
that-
village manager, village board's budget.
So the 7,500 and the 18,000 for other community, no, the 12,500.
12.5.
Comprising the 20, those expenses are gonna move to the village board budget, and the 20,000 levied is gonna move to the village.
Right, they'll kind of,
Okay.
exactly, village board, village manager.
Any other-
Can I clarify, I think the 12,500 is going to the village manager. is that
That's correct. That was
So
staff's
are we going to
recommendation.
budget other celebrations in village board also then? The concerts and, because this is not other celebrations for public works part, but the fundraising that goes on for other things other than 4th of July.
That's the only event that the village fundraise now, because the concert series is being given to the school district, the recreation owns that now.
The only thing,
The only thing the village puts hard money on is the 4th of July at this point.
but what if plein air comes back or any of the other things that we used to give money to, I guess will come out of there. I mean, I like there being a little bit of segregation so you can see, you know, what we're paying for.
Yeah, and that would be one of those.
Including the fund, if you lump it in village board, it makes it a little more confusing, but that's my only issue.
Yeah, that's why we pulled it out in the first place. We're basically just reverting back to how it was 6
Well, yeah,
months
but,
ago.
yeah, I mean, you're absolutely correct. I mean, we're back down to one major event, and,
Can't you do a subline though? I mean, does it have to all roll up into village board underneath it? Can't you have the
oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
we're gonna add accounts into the
And then
village board.
sublines underneath.
And that'll
You
be,
could
do that.
do a sub-budget, like the public works has a bunch of different sub-budgets, right? Can't you do a sub-budget for?
I could, but for one line item, I think it'd be probably,
All right.
The village manager, there's more than one
We
line.
generally,
There's postage, there's publications, there's property.
Right, and we would enhance the current budget to facilitate the additional activities in the village manager's budget with, with the understanding that we're gonna be doing more through that budget than has previously been done in the village manager.
I'm just saying, if there's a way to segregate it so it's tracked and it's.
Yes, let's create a
Okay,
separate account.
let me think
I believe there's a
how,
separate account.
I understand what you're saying, let me think
Yeah.
on how I can
Yeah,
accomplish
yeah,
that.
that's easy, just create a new account for that, community activity.
Yep, I think we can do that.
Can I ask,
I know I can do that.
if it's minus 20,000 for this item, can you go to your cell that
Would you like
shows where
to
they are? Yeah.
contemplate what that
Yeah.
does? So we're at minus 141, we're $6,000 past what we need to achieve a 1.5% and the actual 1.45, notwithstanding any other. So is that the general direction we can go then on this item? Is that,
I think there's a sense of the board.
thank you.
That's where we want. Okay, moving on.
31 was a notation to review the village board iPads and consider funding replacement of those. Staff would estimate that to be about $3,500 for the village board iPads. So that's, Tyler did a review of that and would normally not think about recommending that until 2019 or 2020. But you're the ones who use the equipment, so you know how functional they are, and if new equipment is necessary, in Tyler's opinion.
My thought, because I don't think any of you knew about the access to the email portal, so my thought was to give that a year to see how that works and then review, but if we're not liking or that's not working out adequately, then we can look at some replacements for 19. So that was the thought process.
Excellent. And if we do look at replacements, because I don't know if we'll actually need to replace them, if
Yeah.
everyone's using their phone, I would like to review the mini iPad
Okay,
as well, but
okay.
I don't know that we'll ever have to get there.
All right, great.
Next item.
Also on page 124, there's discussion on budgeting for funds to do I don't know if I want to say comprehensive or a broad-based parking study that would fall into village-wide initiatives on the top of page 124. So that's up for discussion.
Mark, we had budgeted money this year, we didn't use it, so it just fell to the bottom line,
Well, it balances against all, yeah, but yes.
right? So it's not like it didn't carry over, is this the carrying over of it?
No.
This would be,
I mean, we could carry over 5,000 if that was, from reserves, if that was part of the need, that wouldn't be a problem, because we did not spend it.
Right, rather than the tax levy increase.
And then if you want to supplement that to achieve a level of funding that, meets the needs of the vision of the parking study, contemplated, that's what we're,
How much did we budget this year?
5,
5,000.
We budgeted
which
five.
wouldn't be enough to do any comprehensive study.
Right.
I think staff was thinking 30 to 35,000 was the range that would take to do a comprehensive study.
That's what I'd like to. But, so there was two, just to clarify, there was two future agenda item requests that were made in regard to this parking study before last budget cycle. Trustee Bachhorst and I had introduced something which sounded confusing, but it was to align our master plan with our zoning regulations. And really that's the first step in achieving your comprehensive plan, the central master, is to look at your regulations in relation. And the reason why it morphed into parking is because one of the most, we have parking regulations that we grant a lot of exceptions to at the plan commission, because you can't, in an urban area, in a business corridor, it's very hard to achieve some of those parking standards. So we are faced a lot with asking for special exemptions, or I don't know the technical terms, so I apologize, but So that was one of the things that we really wanted to look at as a first step towards, strategically moving forward with our central master plan implementation. And then also, in addition, parking is an issue. There are some changes that we would like to see, I'm sorry, now I'm just to speak for myself, that I wanted to see based on some resident feedback, and we have explored them. Thank you to Larry and the past village manager. And we're moving towards, coming forward to the board, or at least a committee, and having some more discussions on it as a board and as a committee as a whole. So at some point next year, as this progresses, if we want to engage an impartial consultant to give us some actual assistance in that effort, to do some town hall meetings, to help with organization of the communication to our residents and back, we would potentially want to have some funding available to do that. So that's the reason that I requested to either keep that 5,000 if staff thinks that's not enough. I'm just trying to continue on with that effort, and if we didn't use the funding, like Mark says, it's just a budget. That's nothing, it's just a plan, so we could always just drop it to the bottom line. As long as it doesn't affect the tax rate that you want to see.
So that would be an add for 18, to add 5,000, correct, Mark? You had some in 17, but nothing proposed for 18, if I understand that correctly.
Well, the intent is to extend that contemplated 2017 effort to 2018. That would just come from capital reserves to keep that into the 2018 budget at the 5,000 level. That would not have a tax.
So it would have
impact.
a levy impact. We just showed it as a beginning balance.
Right. If you want to go above that level to do something broader, that would require additional funding.
Can we keep it at the 5,000 as of last year, and if we decide as we move forward we want additional money from the reserve, or need additional funding, then as a board, can we do that at that time?
Yes, you can consider that anytime during the year. You want to try to avoid doing budget amendments, but there are things that come up during the year. Should there be an emergency or a need to make amendments, you certainly can do that. But yeah, we can put that back in 5 and 5, so it won't impact the levy.
So it would show up on 124 as 5,000 on a capital reserve.
That's correct.
Okay. Is any other
I can do
comments? Let's carry over the 5. Okay, all right.
Also, page 124, and I reference page 136, which is the hard request, the narrative. Staff had introduced a line item for $5,000 to give the incoming village manager the ability to enhance that office space for them. It was added to the list for additional discussion tonight.
And I would implore you to please leave that in. The office furniture is almost as old as I am, totally unserviceable for a contemporary office. If you haven't seen it in a while, go take the tour. And then I would suggest you go over and look at Tyler's office and Mark's office, and you'll see a modern executive workstation. that actually
It's about as
functions.
old as I am,
I have
Larry.
no idea how the village manager allowed you guys to get decent furniture. And he's in there with his knees banging against this old junk.
Isn't that callable?
I would support taking it out. We had this discussion on the chairs we're sitting on, and they squeaked a lot, and yes, they're old as ancient dirt, I guess. However, they don't squeak because we put some oil in it, so.
Yeah, we
I'm
fixed
in
those with
favor of
some oil.
taking it
This
out.
is a little bit different. We can't fix that with some maintenance. And you've got a new manager coming in here, they need a decent place to work. A younger person is going to be very computer literate, which, I think I am, I try to be, but some of the managers in the past weren't, that wasn't an issue for them, so they didn't worry about having a workstation that would facilitate computer use.
I would support keeping it in for a variety of reasons, but and one of them, and I hate to say this, is perception. So we have a new female village president with some antiquated and uncomfortable furniture and some junior level executives. Unless you guys want to, and I'm not proposing this one, you guys want to give up your stuff. Or maybe that's a call she would have to make, which would put her in a pretty terrible spot. So anyway, regardless of that, of what I just said, I still support this decision.
You've done good tonight. Your levy increase is going to be negligible. Great job, but this is one that isn't worth the same. You know, it's a one-time
Let's
expense.
finish.
Yeah, I would support the keeping it in. I mean, it's organized. It's not that there's no computer workstation. I mean, it's not modern. It's not a professional, modern, functional furniture. And I mean, we were trying to move this organization forward, and so you need ergonomic furniture, not furniture that's designed 70 years ago, 60 years ago. It's not appropriate.
Next item is line 34.
So is that a major, I mean, since,
Well, I won't,
I'm for keeping it in too.
that's fine, I just wanted to hear.
Okay, all right.
line 34, pages 124 again, which is just our master budget list. Page 140 is squad 1 replacement.